Hello. I have I have a confession. This is the second time I've done this introduction sequence because the first time I didn't hit the start streaming button, so I was talking to nobody. Hi again. My name is DrewUniverse. Tonight is a special live stream. We'll be doing some basic preview and give more details tomorrow in an announcement about the upcoming barrage of tests we're going to do for Severed Chains in preparation of trying to finalize and tidy up Rec Build 3, catch all the bugs that we can. That'll be happening next week, but I'm going to preview some of that tonight. And as part of that, I'm going to play through the game a little bit and maybe demonstrate a little of what that'll look like with some basic examples. We'll have more info in the announcement tomorrow. I'm probably going to do a fresh save file tonight as well. And what else? Taking stock of fandom stuff in general, how far we've come, just in general, and the community projects we've done, and see what other projects might need help in addition to Severed Chains that could use more volunteers, like the wiki, for example. So it's going to be a little bit different and also still feel kind of the same of a live stream. Monoxide may or may not be entering the voice chat at some point. Either way is fine. So without further ado, I'm going to do the thingy that I just said I was going to do. My sound device is not set up the way I want it. Uno momento. As I get that to 50%. There we go. I've got the sound in my ears. I also decided to be funny with my hair today. It is usually I use like a hair clip and I do the thing at the top and then I put my headphones on. Today, no clip, just headphones, and I'm poofing it just because I feel like it. So, new hair day. All right. We've had I did a preliminary announcement on Discord for the testing stuff. We got a bunch of emoji reactions, so apparently a lot of people read the announcement that we're going to have the testing next week, and a lot of people came forward asking to help test, which is really awesome to see that there are so many people in the community that want to help us make Severed Chains as good as possible. Clearly we can count on the community for help with testing this and potentially testing new mods that come out and just help crowdsource that, because the core SC team and myself are already super busy anyways. So the more we work together, the stronger we're going to be. Alright, so I'm going to move on to the game. I'm going to make sure I have the latest code as usual. If anybody's got questions, I'll answer them to the best of my ability. It doesn't have to be about the testing. I'm going to go over some basics of that. We'll provide more info tomorrow, like I said in the announcement. Alright, let's run Severed Chains. Oh, I still have that breakpoint thing. Cancel. And retry. And we'll switch to the other scene. Is it this scene? I think that's the right scene. Okay. Hello to all of you. I see Pony Bro, I see Monoxide, Icarus. Darn it. I changed my sound device. Oh, it's probably the new code. Hold up. Does that do it? It was coming through my speakers. I don't know why that's happening. Let me try that again. Now I have no sound? Bear with me. Oh, there it is. Found it. Okay. Now we can continue. Hopefully my audio levels are good. Hello, Echo. Your question is, if you change no settings, is it completely default? Yeah, the default experience of Severed Chains is meant to be basically just what you experience in retail on the original console. The combat difficulty, the story, everything will be stock, in other words. The only things that will be changing by default are things like the loading times. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Got a water rescue. So things like the loading times will be improved. Various bug fixes that were in retail, but otherwise it'll be a stock experience. The settings you'll find, we can even go through some of them. We've got some graphic settings, allow widescreen when possible. That's so that when you're on places that are three-dimensional, like battle cutscenes, battle itself, and the world map, and eventually menus, you'll be able to have non-stretched view. So real widescreen, if you will, without stretched models. It's possible on emulator, but it's not as great because reasons. My brain isn't working with the technical slide right now, but it's just a lot simpler in severed chains. You tick the checkbox, it enables widescreen. You got the full screen, resolution select as well if you want to keep your native size. I'm on a 1080p monitor, so that's what that's going to be. If I chose 1080p, it'll be the same. But you can also downscale, and it'll look really pixelated, or you can scale it up. And this is, it creates a sort of a anti-aliasing effect on the model quality, so whether the edges are jagged or not. High quality projection, I don't remember how to explain that, but I believe it's more precise math calculations for certain things that might include camera angles. We've got some audio options for now. This was just put in like yesterday or today to select audio device. That'll be more of a thing later. And some controller options, so I can choose no controller or any controllers I have attached. If you have multiple controllers attached, you should be able to choose any of them that are remotely common. Unless you have a mega obscure controller from a no-name company in 2003, you'll probably be fine. We have a external controller database we source from that supports over 2,000 controllers, I think. But generally, Xbox controllers, PlayStation controllers should work generally fine. And you can choose whether to have input on an inactive window, so if you want to have another window up front while you play, you can do that at the same time with a gamepad. So I'm going to do a new campaign, and let me type words. It does not want me to type words. Did I lock up? Monoxide, is there a magic key to get out of the text window? Because I... Oh wait, I can use my mouse. I was trying to change the name, but I don't know what that was about. I don't need to change the name. I can also enable mods. We got a Battle Rewards modifier from Denny that was developed recently. That's one of the newest mods. It'll probably be available for Rec Build 3 when we get all this stuff stable. The core in-game are just the regular game, and Upscale mod is our prototype test of the Flying Zamboni and Zychronix's graphics, upscaled graphics mod, with the background images being AI upscaled. So that might actually show up now. Oh, FMVs are centered now. That was a recent fix.
Great Commander. This way.
So, this is her. Indeed. Put her in custody. Is this really necessary?
It is His Majesty, Emperor Dole's command to take that girl into custody.
Who is she?
That is not your concern.
All right. Pardon the fast forward. I'll slow that down for you. So yeah, the upscaled images will be in some, or possibly all the submaps I end up going through tonight. I'm not playing a bunch of the game. It's just going to be an example run. Before we get too into it, I will catch up on chat, and I'm also going to show the tutorial stuff. So. Is there any lore about the gem that the commander uses to identify the Moonchild? Unfortunately not. Our best understanding is that it would be some kind of, Moonchild detection gem. Make sure you've got the right person. And this would be something that Melbu would have to create and give to the commander through LoD. Assumingly Melbu never really directly interfaces with the commander or Frugal or Dole. He just has LoD do that stuff. But it's definitely a Wingley detection, Moonchild detection device made by Wingley Tech. Let's see, what else? Questions were answered about the encounter rate. That's a lot of chat. I won't be able to read all of it, but I'm really happy to see so many people here. If I missed anything important, please repost. Okay, so let me show you my web browser. So this process will probably be changing a little bit or fleshed out as we go before we get the announcement out tomorrow. So I'm going to be talking to Monoxide tomorrow, and we'll do that announcement. But loosely speaking, we have a spreadsheet that we're going to be using that all the testers will be using to coordinate. So I've got a whole list of player abilities here. That's all the Dragoon magic and the regular addition attacks, the physical combo attacks, Dragoon transformations, guarding, and running away. All of these will have a state of accurate or not accurate. They're all blank until they're checked by someone. If you want to pick out a specific thing to check, I don't know why that just says addition. That might need to say... Maybe those are some duplicates. I'll fix that. Anyway, you'll write down DrewUniverse is your name, and any notes that you notice if it is not working in some way. So if there's something wrong with the model is glitching, you say model glitching, missing a texture, or whatever the case may be. And for any of these things, we're doing it in a way that is kind of grouped. So for the // addition, you're checking the animation. You're checking the texture, make sure the texture doesn't glitch out. You're checking the sound effects, the voiceovers, the particles, the blood particle / things and all that. Just making sure it all looks right. So that's basically how it goes. Jade Dragon Summon, you're going to make sure the dragon renders. You're going to see, I already wrote here, the Gale graphics were squished or bent. I don't know if that's been fixed since I wrote that in there. But we'll check that out. So that's the whole idea, is we'll all, you know, let's say Monoxide works on this one, and Icarus works on this one, and Denny checks out this one, and King Dragoon checks out this one, Atrum checks out that one. We'll divide up the tasks in a line item sort of a way, if that makes sense. One attack or ability or scene at a time. So we've got this for the player abilities. We've got a sheet tab for items. This is consumable items. We'll check all of the item magic, make sure those visuals and sounds are intact and working well, make sure the camera is moving the way it should. We had an issue where item magic would cause the camera to spin sometimes, and that was kind of fun, but we shouldn't keep that in. Maybe we can put that in as a mod someday. So we'll check the recovery items, make sure those are working, the repeat items with the buffs and debuffs and all that special stuff. Equipment. Equipment should all be working fine in terms of the stats up and down, so increasing your attack with a new sword should be fine. But we do want to check out for those things that are special, whether it's a weapon that induces status ailments, or a helmet that increases your HP by a percentage of your total HP, like the Dragon Helm. I want to make sure all those things are working properly. So we've got a whole list of equipment here, battlefields and all that stuff, bosses and minor mobs. I toyed with the idea of having a separate row for every single ability of every single mob, but that's a hell of a lot of extra rows. So for the meantime, Corey and I have decided we're just going to have all the abilities listed in this little column B here. We'll separate them with commas or something, and we'll try to describe them simply so you know how many abilities to check for. So the way it'll work is, let's say Drew is going to check out the Landskater, so I'm checking all of the Landskater abilities. I'm checking the idle animation, making sure those look accurate to retail. So that's how the spreadsheet works. In order to make sure that things are retail accurate, we're gonna also have testers using not just severed chains, this current dev build of Rec Build 3. We're also going to have testers using, I believe Monoxide said DuckStation Classic. We'll have information about that in our announcement tomorrow. We'll have a whole guide with the things you'll need, and we'll make it as simple and painless as possible. It will be pretty simple. We don't want this to be any complications, so it should be pretty fine. You'll be able to do that and make sure the effects look the same, make sure the sounds are the same. In some cases there might be a missing sound, like I think the last time I did a live stream last Friday, I was showing off some of the magic, the Dragoon magic, and Kongol didn't seem to say Meteor Strike unless I was just not hearing it. So those are the kind of things you want to look out for if you're going to be helping with the test. And as I say all the time, there's no obligation. 5 minutes makes a difference. Hopefully a little more than 5 minutes would be great, but this is not a job. It's a volunteer, and we understand that. But if you only got 5 minutes, that's not a reason not to participate. That's still valuable to us. The more people we get on this, the better. So we'll be doing an announcement tomorrow and include a guide with that for all testers. We'll coordinate through the Discord server. For those who may not have seen, I made that announcement on the Discord server. This is just a preview of our bigger announcement tomorrow. And so how that's going to work is people come into the Severed Chains channel and say, hey, I want to test. We've had so many people ask to test here. Echo 4 was asking today. So thank you to everyone who wanted to be a part of that. You can do that for the whole week. And then on Friday, we'll start the battery of tests as a group collectively. And Monoxide and I will be on hand throughout the weekend to help coordinate that, keep everything organized, answer questions as they come up. And when we give you the tester role, you'll have this new SC testing channel. That's where we can talk about testing the current build that we're working on. And anything that we find as an issue, we will... I'll change that one. Anything that we find as an issue, then we'll forward over to the issues list on GitHub as applicable. And that's how we do stuff. That's how we do. So I'm going to catch up on chat for a moment as I ease into the playthrough. You have a pack of 250 saves. Yeah, that's a very comprehensive save list. Doom Metal also had a pack of hundreds of saves. It was very, very helpful for me. Yeah, Drew Ponder says we'll probably need examples or something. We'll be providing some examples in the guides. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to start the guide tonight. That'll be linked in the announcement tomorrow. And by tomorrow morning, I'll probably post in the tester channel or something saying, hey, here's what the guide currently looks like. Any suggestions for improving it or things we're still missing from the guide, and then we can test the guide as well and make sure that's in good order before we ship it. But we should be able to get the full announcement and the guide out by tomorrow afternoon, I'm thinking. I'm not planning to do any other LoD stuff right now, so we've got the whole week to get this stuff all sorted out. Glad you like the upscaling, Brad. That's the work of Zamboni and Zychronics. I think Zamboni does disc 1 and 2. Echo running a GTX 1060. That should be fine. I was on a 960 originally, and that was fine. So I've been off my 960 for a while, but I put it back on temporarily to check on the GPU rendering of the current dev build, and it was okay. So 1060 should be plenty. I don't know that you'll be able to do 8K, but you should definitely be able to do 1080p, possibly 4K should be fine. You'll just have to see. Once we have Rec Build 3 released stable this summer, we will probably provide some kind of basic examples. So I'll include the example of my 4070, how much of the GPU that uses at various levels. We'll include some older hardware as well, just to give people a baseline understanding of what cards will work okay. Honestly, the biggest limitation isn't going to be your graphics card. It's if you use a lot of mods, it might tax your card more, but on the regular, without extra mods, it should be great. The real barrier will be how old your machine is that can still run something like Java 17, because I believe Java 17 basically requires 64-bit without doing some extra stuff. I think Monoxide told me a few months ago that there was a way to do 32-bit, but I don't remember if I explored that or not. But like, if you've got a laptop with integrated graphics from 2016, you're probably fine. Oh, we're on 21 now. I apologize. Brain did not catch up to the recent update. Used to be 17. 2.1 used 17, yes. I apologize. When you know enough facts, some things become falsehoods. I also tried to level up my stream a little bit. I was previously having trouble with game capture in OBS, but I tried it again, and this time it does seem to be working okay. So previously, when I would alt-tab in and out of the game, there would be a long freeze. That should be a lot more brief now. Like if I do it right now. It's not too bad. Okay. So another thing we're going to do for testing is a couple people will be assigned to an organic playthrough. So instead of checking an individual attack or an individual submap or whatever, they'll do an organic playthrough, because we have to test like regular gameplay, obviously. A couple testers on each chapter would be great, where they, you know, a couple people are working on Disc 1 exclusively, a couple people working on Disc 2 exclusively. Just to make sure everything runs normally, because some things you don't really want to test individually. So, for example, there are some submaps being these background scenes here, with specific objects loaded. Some submaps only exist to show a story cutscene, like when you get to Flutz, there's that submap where you can't normally walk through it yourself. It's only there for the whole party to pop out of Dart. Rose sits down nearby and they talk about, you know, the LoD thing or whatever it is. It'd be better to have that just load up naturally than trying to warp there using our debugging tool. And besides, some cutscenes don't load automatically when you warp to them because they're just part of the regular areas you can walk around, and those cutscenes just won't trigger automatically. Alright, let's do an addition. Yay, I'm a good player. Alright, I think I'm all caught up on chat. The updated latest LTS, so that makes sense. Yeah, got it. Ah, run away! $60 FPS in battle will be Rec Build 5. This current dev build is for the upcoming Rec Build 3. So first we have to get 3 out with a general graphics overhaul and 60 FPS in most areas. Then Rec Build 4 will be the modding API, and then Rec Build 5 will be 60 FPS for battle. So it'll still be a little while, but it'll be absolutely worth the wait. Thank you, Matt. Sometimes I complete editions. I would hope so. It's kind of a lot of pressure, you know, being the accidental #1 fan of something, and there's going to be a certain expectation of performance, you know, naturally. Like, you don't have to be good at the combat to be the #1 fan of something. You could just be, like, specialized on the lore, or whatever else, or you just love the characters and you have a bunch of merch on your shelves. But I would hope that I'm at least somewhat good at it, and usually I'm very good. So let's look at those options. As Monoxide mentioned earlier at the start of the stream, there are additional options when you're in a game, when you're actually in a campaign, not just at the title screen. So there's a lot more gameplay options, because these affect your current playthrough. They're not global, they're based on the campaign. For example, I can set automatic additions. I can do no reticle or HUD-less additions. I'll show off both of those, why not? I don't really show those very often. Automatic D-attacks, automatic text advance, and fast text speed affect the dialogue in the game. We can disable status effects just for more rapid testing purposes, make things easier. Encounter rates, Monoxide already went over some of the differences there. I'll keep it on average. Enemy HP bars, nice little experimental feature. Indicators are part of the original game settings. That's just the little helper icons to show you where the entrances and exits are on the map and where shops are and inns and all that stuff. Inventory size, 32 is fine. Maybe I'll drop it down just for the hell of it. Probably won't come into play though. I'll do quick text. Did I do... No, I didn't. Okay. Save anywhere. I like to keep that on. Transformation mode, normal and short. I'll do short for now. Graphics options, still just the 4. I'm using the 8K resolution to help show how good LoD can really look. Audio is just a simple device selection for now. Controller option, dead zone if you want to customize your dead zone. is a nice feature. And then this actually should say keyboard keybinds, but we have keyboard keybinds here. Later we'll have custom gamepad keybinds as well. And then receive input on an active window. So there we go. Nice set of options. Alright, let's go fight the commander. A different commander than the one in the FMV. There are many commanders. There's this commander, there's the Great Commander, and then there's the commander in the marshlands as well, and there's probably numerous other ones. Hi Ninshi, I'm glad you decided to come. I originally was not planning to stream tonight, but I decided it was good timing to do a sort of tie-in call to action with the testing stuff, which I just went over, to preview what that'll be like with the spreadsheet and all that stuff. And as I go through this casual playthrough, we'll check for things that might look missing or wrong. And note that some things may look wrong, but are actually retail accurate. For example, Plous's head is not attached to his neck. It's unfortunate, but that's how it is, and editing models like that to that fine of a degree, it would be many models that would need fixing, and it would be a big pain in the ass. We did a, what was it, the 4K 60 preview video on our channel here. I believe that included a custom breathing animation for Rose. And that wasn't too bad, but that was still work, and that was also one character and one animation. So yeah. So long as it looks like retail, it is considered accurate. Apart from, like, you know, obvious bug fixes and stuff like that, which will be covered. So here's an example. I'm looking at Dart here. I'm seeing two brown squares. I'm not sure if that's just supposed to be his red armor. Doesn't quite look right. I would then load up DuckStation Classic, load up this same scene real quick. I think DuckStation has a fast forward to reduce the pain on that, so you're not spending so much time. And confirm that it is indeed right or wrong. And then I would add something to the spreadsheet. So here it looks a little better, but there's still like a brown line. So it's just a matter of comparing to retail, getting a screenshot of both if it's a visual thing. In this case, if you just heard in through the ears, Burnout sounded a little wrong. I believe Burnout looks wrong. Oh, I forgot I was doing the no reticle thing. Now I'm gonna take a bunch of damage. Are you gonna come on board? I'm gonna call you. Okay.
All right, can you hear me?
I hear you. Audience, can you hear Monoxide?
Why can I hear myself? Because
If you have the stream running.
there we go.
Look at that. No square guides for the additions. Yeah, it scared the shit out of that Sandora soldier. It's like, oh shit, Dart's doing additions blind? I can't compete with that.
How does my audio sound? I'm just using my regular headset right now.
Sounds high quality.
Cool.
If we need to adjust the audio levels, let us know. Look at that pro skills. You hear stereo?
Yeah, I would have joined a little bit sooner, but I was just absolutely obliterating my audio device trying to make sure that everything worked properly.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if the audio selector is quite working yet. if that's what you mean.
No, it's working. It's working perfectly. You just have to restart the game.
Ah.
What I'm working on right now is making it so it can recover if, for example, you like have a headset plugged in and you're listening to the game through the headset and you unplug that headset. I've made it so it is able to recover from that, and you will also be able to update it without actually like restarting the game.
Is it able to auto switch to whatever other device is on?
Yep.
Awesome. Oh, I didn't need a healing potion after all, I guess. Hello, welcome to all the new people funneling in. Got the Volcano edition. I'd have in mind to use Denny's latest patch update. King Dragoon happened to ask about 0 rewards instead of what is the lowest, like 25% rewards. It was something I was going to ask about eventually anyway. So I was like, hey Denny, I told King Dragoon to tag Denny, and then I talked to Denny for a minute, and they whipped it up in like a few minutes, it seemed like. Like, hey, it's working all of a sudden. It's nice we could have
Yeah, they already had the framework there with their reward modifier mod, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, I told him to make a topic in the Discord server as well. This won't be as much of a thing yet. It's currently a thing, but there's only a few mods. Once Rec Build 4 happens, after this current one, Rec Build 3, Rec Build 4 is focusing on the modding API. We expect many new mods to be explored and created. So if you're not already on the Discord server, discord.gg/legendofdragoon, there's going to be lots of mods cropping up there, and there will be threads for all the prominent ones with where you can post feedback or questions and talk to the mod creators. I've always been passionate about connecting developers with end users. I tried to do it in other spaces or jobs that I've had in the past, but was often not able to do much, like my hands were tied as just a community manager of some big company. But in terms of the LoD fandom, I happen to be the server owner, so I can do all the connecting I want. I'm drunk with power, Corey. What am I gonna do?
Connect people, I guess.
Yeah, and you're not gonna stop me, are you?
We'll see how it goes. If you bring on any more testers, we might actually drown.
We'll be okay. Until I create a full-on hive mind, we'll be okay. Let's pick up a Stardust for nostalgia's sake. Stardust is working. Random villager complaining about their feelings for Shauna, and Dart not doing anything about it for some reason. Also working.
What's up, Schwabs? What's going on?
More help is always good. That's right, Matt.
Yeah, the turnout was a lot higher than what I was expecting, to be honest with you.
I was really not planning to make that like preview announcement on Discord today, and when I did, I instantly realized right as I hit the enter button, I was like, oh shit, Monoxide's probably still working. Probably can't handle the influx of people requesting tests all of a sudden. Give me the test roll. I want to test. I want to test. It's like, we don't have to give it to him right away, but we don't want that chat to get buried and then forget about it. So I was like, oh shit, I better help. Add roll. And then I got overwhelmed and was like, I need to lay down for 10 minutes. I got a stream coming up. I did not plan this out well at all. But it was a good problem to have, I think you'll agree.
Yeah, the more the merrier, really. I was planning on doing this all, I figured we would probably do it with 5-10 people.
Yeah.
Not so much. I think we're probably sitting at around 35-40 now.
Yep, going for 108 testers. There is no other correct number of testers.
That would be a chaotic voice channel.
We'll restrict them to text. Only the most standout testers will have the privilege of voice. Oh, I have company. What the hell? We'll check the merchant item magic tutorial. A very missable tutorial because in order to even get asked about it, you have to enter and exit the shop. Sure, give me a body purifier and all the charm potions. Don't you want to know how to use the items? I know it's just basic text, but like, I always wished that the merchant would discuss more than just elements and item magic. Like, it's overly simple, but there should at least be an option to select, show me about recovery items. You know, show me about status healing. Show me about all the other nuances of items beyond just item magic. We're gonna use them.
Maybe we'll do that at some point. So these aren't all people that that agreed to participate in the test this weekend, but we have 99 people in the testing role right now.
One moment, y'all.
How many people in chat are going to be contributing to the testing next weekend? It's should be a pretty fun time. You know what? I'm going to...
Sorry about that.
How do I create a poll? Is my Monoxide account not authorized to create polls?
I think only the host account can make polls, because my DrewUniverse account can't make polls either.
Alright, please hold. I'm gonna switch to the org account.
Yeah, you should be able to do it live, even though I'm streaming. I do it with you. I don't even know what the poll is, but I'm gonna find out. Alright, let's throw some item magic. Almost had it. 20 damage. That's so much damage. And we've heard enough. Darn it. I did not want to do that. I gotta review what this poll is in case it's something. Are you going to be a part of this weekend's testing party? Yes, no, and hell yes. Good options, good options.
I thought so.
Slight point of clarity, it'll be next weekend, not this weekend.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I probably should have
It's all good.
made that more clear.
Friday, May 24th.
I can't edit it now, it's too late.
It's fine. I've said it audibly, everyone knows.
Yeah.
Next weekend. I mean, people can test anytime. Like, we have people that were already testers before this who occasionally report stuff to us, but the coordinated group stuff will be in 1 week.
Drew, did you hear what I said just before you left about how many people are in the testing role?
30 something?
99.
99.
That's the whole testing role, not just the people who have agreed to do this weekend's testing, or next weekend's testing. But I was very surprised that there were 99 people in there.
Yeah. Even though some are from before, that's a really awesome number. We gotta get to 108. We gotta get up there. It's our faux religion / faux cult.
Yeah, faux.
For real. Isn't that an oxymoron if I say faux real?
Depends on how you spell your spoken word.
I love wordplay so much. Any other wordplay aficionados out there? Oh, I'm logged in as myself on my phone, so I'm gonna vote as well. When like half of the viewers are planning the test, that you know you're doing something right.
Yep.
All right, so again, I'm not gonna mention everything I see wrong, but here's another example. There might be an issue with the battlefield. This grass texture seems embiggened, and I did not intend to do that this time.
I don't know. I'm not aware of any issues with battle stages like that, so that might just be a thing.
And if it helps, well, actually, this is not a good example. Never mind. When you use mouse look / free cam, it messes with the skybox, so I won't use that as a metric. Never mind.
Yes.
Ah, I'm so close to death.
Sounds like you should get good.
Sounds like I should use a healing potion or guard 10 times in a row. Because those are my options. Alright, we've got the Edition Select as well. This is an experimental feature, correct, Monoxide?
It's not so much experimental as I just haven't added a proper menu option for it yet. Right now you just press triangle.
Okay. And it definitely works beautifully. This has been in for a couple months. I think it's a couple months.
Yeah, we did that on a dev stream a little while ago, and it must have been a month or two because there was a little while when I was not able to do very many dev streams.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was around the time that we were doing LoD.
Yeah, that sounds right.
No, I will not be rephrasing that.
Hey, Sure Shot. You say the models look really nice. I'm glad you think so. Of course, you know, the original models are blocky by today's standards. They're not going to be like, you know, 30,000 or however many polygons we're at these days for standard models. But the point being that on the original PS1 and also on the PS3, 4, and 5 release and emulation, they are not looking as good as the devs may have wanted them to. Various imprecisions with the math calculations and all that stuff. And as a result, it's a bit of a blocky model, but it looks way better. Which can help pull us over.
We've rewritten a lot of code to get them looking as good as they do now. Emulators can, and like emulator upscaling can do a pretty decent job, but there are hard limits to what they can do. And yeah, Severed Chains just doesn't have those same limitations because we can actually take the code and just, you know, completely throw it out and write our own, which is what we've done.
So do y'all like HUDless editions? Are you going to be joining me in that challenge when RB3 comes out? You can already do it now in RB 2.1. Oops, still got the back view. Oh no! I didn't time it right.
We just got our 100th tester, Drew.
Alright. Just a few more. This battle in particular looks pretty solid. The battlefield looks pretty fine except for that one grass bit. The Trent looks normal. The sound effects of the attacks seem normal for the Trent and the Goblin and all that. Level up sound is normal. So just keeping those things in mind if you're one of the testers who will be doing the general playthrough test instead of single item tests. That's kind of weird. There's a shadow under Dart on the world map. It looks kind of odd.
Yeah, that's something that happened recently.
Ah.
I think it actually happened when I fixed all of the other shadows, so...
You know what's a big source of lost HP?
What?
Leveling up. I keep leveling up and getting an extra 30 HP max, but not recovered. So it's like, ugh, it keeps going down.
Wow.
It's a huge HP loss when I level up. Go on a prison.
Hey Drew, do you want to be on the bleeding edge? Because I just pushed the audio device changing code.
Yes, I do. Let's do a save. I haven't saved yet. That was so dangerous.
Wow.
Alright. You said it's already pushed?
Yep.
And another quality of
Yeah,
life.
so
Oh, go ahead.
one thing for the people who are going to be testing, you're going to want to save often. Severed Chains has unlimited save slots per campaign. So just go crazy. You shouldn't ever overwrite your save. You never know when you'll need to go back and replay something or, you know, whatever. I've got it capped at something like 100,000 saves just because I needed to put some number in there, but
108,000. Needs more 108.
yeah. First person who maxes out the save limit wins something.
I mean, that's easy to cheese.
I'll send you an autographed copy of Severed Chains.
It doesn't even have a physical. I did joke about creating Severed Chains like machine boxes that would have, you know, some little circuit board and some kind of graphics on there, and it's just built to run Severed Chains, and it even has a little cheap CD reader where you can put in your physical discs, so it's legal as possible. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna shut up. Anyway, for those who don't know, one of the other quality of life features is quitting the game. You can just quit the game now. Isn't that nice? Like,
Yeah, that was kind of important once I added full screen.
the modernity of it. Did Alt F4 not work before that?
I added full screen and then had a moment of realization of, I don't have a way to close this game anymore.
Why would you ever leave Legend of Dragoon? Once you've arrived in Legend of Dragoon, you just stay there forever, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Do we not know the community we're marketing this to? All right.
Okay, what is with all of you losing your disc 2s?
Sounds weird.
Losing or damaging?
Oh shit. So Corey, there's a unintended function of OBS or a glitch or something. When you posted that poll, it still showed up as a voting option for the host account. I have YouTube chat integrated into OBS. So it's on like the side of OBS. And I clicked on an option just for the hell of it to see what would happen, and it's asking me to sign in. I was already signed in. So now I gotta use my phone for chat. Anyway, I don't hear anything.
Sorry, FMVs are not audioing properly right now. I probably should have mentioned that.
Okay.
Actually, I will fix that here in a few minutes.
Crash! We have a crash!
Did it crash?
We have a crash, Houston. I'm calling you Houston now.
What did you do to crash it? Because I was absolutely hammering on it, and it seemed pretty stable.
I guess you're not going to change that phrasing either, are you?
Nope.
All I did was...
I said what I said.
I selected a device. It was on default. I selected one device, and I selected the other device, and it crashed. on the second selection.
Oh, okay, I see what happened, but how?
I would be the wrong person to ask, but that's probably rhetorical. So as per going back to the old days, we're reliving the old days in that we test stuff live. We don't we don't check it behind the scenes first. Just run it right on the stream and see what happens. Takes me back to the old playthroughs of Severed Chains.
Yeah, you can keep playing, just
Yeah.
don't switch the device.
Yeah. It's running through my headphones, that's all I need. Enter. I feel like I lost sound effects though. So I've got background music, but I don't have menu SFX, I don't think.
It'd be very strange if you didn't have, Oh, yes, okay. Yeah, I know what's up with that.
Oh, we have some buffering issues on YouTube. Oh, I need to drop my my frames. Shit, hold on.
Yeah, I'll get this fixed in a few minutes. We'll be doing lots of this next weekend.
Technically, there's someone else in the house streaming right now. That might have been what that spike was about. Sorry. I've lowered my bitrate to compensate. Hopefully, YouTube is not receiving... Do you see anything in the dashboard, Corey? Hopefully we're stable now.
Please hold.
Static in background? What's causing the static? I turned off the game sound. I muted the game sound. So is the static coming from the game, maybe? Because I don't actually hear any static in my ears. So how could it... Really? Yeah, I turned off the game sound. I don't know how to stop that. Maybe I'll restart the game. Alright, I'll unmute and try running it again. I can just move this over here. If the static comes back, let me know, but it's so weird because I don't hear any static at all. I should be able to...
I can still hear it on your voice.
Oh, on my voice.
Yeah, it's, seems to just be like everything.
That is not good. Okay, so I restarted the stream and it's back. Why is OBS doing this?
What a great question.
I can't close OBS because that'll kill the live stream completely. If I switch back to this scene, is it still there now?
It actually just occurred to me, Drew. I'm hearing it over Discord, not even over YouTube.
What? Alright, I'm gonna replug my mic. Hold on. muted and unmuted. That probably isn't enough. Let's follow the wire underneath. Alright, under the desk I go.
Luck.
Okay, it's this cord. Under the machine. Any better?
I still heard it on Discord.
Shit. It came back? Fuck. Alright, I'm switching to another mic. Sorry about that, y'all.
Do you hear any static from me, chat? Because if you don't hear any static from me, then it must be the mic. Alright, well that is interesting. I guess it must be the mic. Drew, you'll need to swap your Discord audio device. I'm not getting you on Discord anymore.
Any chance it's gone? I tried a different port.
Yeah, I think it is actually gone. Talk a little more.
Hello, hello, I'm saying words. Hello? Still static.
Yeah, still staticky.
Crap. God damn it. I'm trying to... I have audio on the webcams, but they're not showing up for some reason, so give me a second to try and figure that out.
We need some background music, Drew. Just get something on to drown it out. I can't hear you, by the way, Drew. There we go. I can hear you. No, it's not too bad. You're a little tinny, but it's not awful.
Okay, chat. This is the best I can do right now. Let me know if I need to boost it or something, but this is the best I can do. I apologize. I didn't think the mic would just suddenly go staticky like that. That was very unexpected. This thing has worked every day just fine for a while, but it might finally be dying. I don't know.
You might want to boost it a tiny bit, maybe like 5%.
All right, how about that? Yeah, these are the mics on the webcams, and they're old C270s from Logitech, so they're a little further away from me than the desktop mic was.
Yeah, it seems to be working fine.
All right. Anyway, appreciate everyone's patience. That was. I guess I'd rather have an audio issue than a stream issue. Those are always hard for me.
Yeah, fair.
All right. Let's continue. Oh, my phone is next to the mic. Don't tell me it was just my phone, because I need to read chat. Oh my god, I'm gonna plug it back in. Actually,
I don't think it was the phone.
I have to know. I have to know. Just in case. Just in case. Alright, I'm using the Razer Siren again, but not in Discord yet. Okay, so is the static still there? I'm saying
talk
words.
a bit more.
Hello, testing, testing. Is there static in my voice? Do I sound less beautiful because of it? I don't know.
I'm not hearing anything right now.
Yeah, move the phone way away.
Oh, when you were just loud there for a second, it crackled.
Is it because my input's too high?
You might just be clipping if you've got the gain turned up too much.
I got the game on low.
No, the gain.
Oh, the gain. So I got the input at 50% in Discord, but it was also an issue in OBS. Light passive sound, but the annoying crackle is gone. Alright, well, I'll try it on the usual mic, and if it comes back, just scream in caps so I can see it more clearly. That was weird. Why? I could have avoided all of the trouble going under the desk 2 times and figuring out how to re-enable my devices if I had just moved my phone away. Alright, it seems that it's... You want me to put the phone... Okay, so the phone is right next to the microphone. The phone is where it was sitting before. Static.
Not getting any static.
Eric's still hearing noise. That's weird. Okay, as long as it's not too bad, I'll use the main mic. But if it's too bad for anyone, I will switch back to the backups. All right. So the phone is really far away. I am using the pop-out chat now to help me without needing the phone so much. Alright, well, it seems to have worked for most of y'all. I'm glad. I'm so sorry about that. I never want to... I am someone who cares about good video and audio quality, always. I've been in some streams where I really liked the person streaming, but they had like a really bad static or even a bad video quality that it was just hard for me to stay engaged. Or their bitrate was ultra low and I couldn't make anything out, and it's like my eyes hurt.
All right, Drew. I'm going to just finishing up a fix for this.
I'm gonna re-disable those mics because what I've done with my cams is I've got two cams right next to each other, so they might be feedbacking off each other. I'll re-disable those. Disable. You can even take the one I'm not using and move it away for now. Oh, I need to move back to the usual scene. Oops. Okay.
Actually, no, go ahead and fire it up. You won't have sound effects for now, but
Yeah, I noticed I have like no sound effects. But you know, this is an accidental throwback, Corey.
well, there you go. Actually, didn't we have sound effects but no music?
Sort of. For a long time, I was just using music playlists, though, so that's all we had. So I would like have to remember to change the music when I went to a new area every once in a while. It worked for what it was, but it wasn't quite as entertaining sometimes because I would like forget and leave the boss music on as I'm traversing somewhere else in like the grassland. Not quite the right mood.
Not close enough.
Oh, I can't hear the counterattack sound anymore. Shit. No.
Oh, now you're gonna get wrecked.
I'm gonna get so wrecked. No counterattack sound. I am F-U-C-K-E-D.
Okay, here, Drew, I will tell you how you can activate the audio while the game is running.
Oh god.
Okay, so if you want to do this, switch to the IntelliJ window for a second.
Here we go. Here we go, chat. Is it gonna explode? What are we doing, Corey?
So in IntelliJ, double tap Shift and type SPU. That'll bring you to the SPU class.
Legend Core SPU.
Let me know once you're there. Are you there now?
Is it Legend Core SPU?
Yes.
Okay. I'm there?
Okay, scroll down a little bit to the run method.
What line?
81.
Okay.
Put a breakpoint on line 87.
Okay.
Did it just break?
It killed sound.
But like, did IntelliJ like stop at the breakpoint?
I guess.
Like it switched into the debugger and you see the variables and stuff?
Yeah, like we did before.
Okay, hold Alt and press F8.
Expression.
Type this dot source dot set playing and press enter.
Okay.
Or press tab, I guess.
It seems to want something in parentheses.
Yep, put true in the parentheses.
Okay.
And then hit evaluate.
Undefined.
Yep. So now just remove the breakpoint and click the play button on the left side. not the play button at the top of the screen. On the left side of the debugger window.
Resume program.
Yep.
I have
And
sounds.
there you go.
Attack me. I need to know if you make sound. I also need to not die. Right, Icarus? RB1 is back. Remember when they weren't called Recommended Build 1 or Recommended Build 2? It was just called Livestream Build around Christmas time.
Yeah, we had, I think we had 3 different live stream builds.
Yeah.
That was back before the game was even fully playable, and we would just publish the build that we had played that week.
That was something. Alright, now I can counter the counterattack. With my ECCM. Oh no! I wasn't I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, Zychronics, the Drew dev stream. Get ready for terrible things. I can code, it's just
No, that would be something.
my brain hates it. So as a compromise, I do things like wiki editing. That's the kind of logic I can parse. Alright, we're gonna go grab Lavitz. And I'll go out of my way to fight Frugal. Steal the items.
I don't know how many viewers will actually notice that, but there are a whole lot of effects that are rendering now that wouldn't have been on the last one of Drew's streams. Mostly battle effects.
I was gonna ask if the fire was included, but I haven't really paid attention.
You mean like the fire on submaps?
Yeah, this fire here.
No, that's been there.
Okay.
We've also fixed all the instances of things clipping through each other on submaps, like Dart being on like the wrong part of the geometry and stuff. You trying to be sneaky?
I like what Khan said, mime gameplay. I was worried I was gonna have to just like pretend y'all could hear me as I said things, and we would just be, you know, language barrier is one thing. Imagine not even being able to hear the other person. Just your ability to communicate goes way down. You can't assign actions and gestures to sounds. Oh. First stream
Oh,
for you,
welcome
Sure
to welcome to the community, Sure Shot.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, this is we had a hiccup just now, but otherwise it's been great. This is
We're cowboy coding here, so
kind of like the Road to Direct Build 3 streams I've been doing, which is just a preview like the build in its current state as it gets closer to completion. But adding on the call to action that we're looking for lots of testers and stuff. Nope, didn't get I was going for the fast attack, didn't work. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. Yeah. Ouch. Ouch, she's gonna... Gotta knock these wardens out. Yeah, a def run. I've actually, this probably sounds really weird, but when I was younger, like in my 20s, Dart's going down. Bye, Dart. In my 20s, I would do this thing sometimes where I would, I didn't realize what I was really, like I knew what I was doing, but I couldn't really put words to it. I was practicing having disabilities to try and put myself in other people's shoes or imagine what it's like to live like that. So one time I put like a blindfold on for an hour and tried to like find the refrigerator and find the kitchen in general, and do other things. And it was pretty eye-opening. Helped me stay grateful for having all five
Been
senses.
eye closing.
Shut up. It was eye closing, yes. But yeah, I think people ask about challenge runs for video games, and I think one of them that is often overlooked is just a general disability run. You know, play without sound, try to play without visuals. It's really hard to play without visuals, but sometimes you can do audio cues. Like if I close my eyes, got harpooned just like that. But speaking of disabilities, one of the things that Monoxide has been kind enough to include in part of Severed Chains' feature set is various accessibility options. We already have a few of them, changing the color of the ADDI guides, the squares that close in and you synchronize the button press. Those can be color changed. So in areas like Snowfield, many players have talked about the blue color, the default blue color of the square that rotates is kind of hard to see on the snow and all that stuff. It just depends on the battlefield. But now you can change that to something like a full-on white or yellow or black to suit any given battlefield.
Plus various things like difficulty options, automatic additions. We'll have automatic button mashing in the future as well. The ability to kind of like change how difficult additions are without just fully automating them, etc., etc.
Yep. Color blindness, I don't know that we'll be able to cover that perfectly, but at least getting some kind of decent colorblind options, or maybe letting people somehow pick color, and they won't see the real color, but they'll be able to tell if it's contrasting well for them. I don't know, something like that. I'm personally excited about the idea of text scaling, scaling text or perhaps UI elements. Sometimes I end up doing like 110 or 120% when I'm reading articles online. Alright, we've got Lavitz.
Although with LoD, we'll probably be scaling the text down a little bit since
yeah,
it was originally designed for 240p.
yes, that's true. I have 1 hit point. What time is it? Oh god, it's already been an hour and a half? Really?
I guess so.
I thought it was
Time
like...
flies when you're having technical issues,
Yeah.
I guess.
I was just thinking. So after I defeat Frugal, I'm probably going to call it there for the gameplay, and we'll talk for a little bit about the testing again and other community projects we could use some help with. I want to talk a little bit about Fandom stuff in general, and that'll round us out as short as 2 hours, I think.
just FYI right now, Drew, I just did the math, and you are currently playing on 432 times the number of pixels as a PS1.
Lovely. I mean, it's not a native 8K monitor, but it's still pretty intense. Key to Shauna's cell. How does he know it's Shauna's cell? You can't say it's Shauna's key unless you actually try it, so... I guess he's a prophet or something. At least you learned...
Helena was an inside job.
He learned something on his 5-year journey, it just wasn't obvious. He predicts the future. He knows what things are for, despite not doing anything with his Dragoon spirit. First
Yeah,
streams.
Jack, we've come a real long way here. Especially in the past couple of weeks, I've cleaned up a whole lot of things, and it's looking much better. We've still got a pretty big list of to-dos, but yeah, we're starting the like full-scale testing for the next release next weekend.
Yeah, and keep in mind several of the things I've found in the stream, just from showing the examples of going through as a tester. We're in battle, and battle is not even the focus, technically, of RB3. That 60 FPS will be coming later. Yeah, 5 years. I mean, he wasn't an adult before that, but he also didn't do anything with it for the 13 years before that, because he was 5 when he found it. Math is hard. But not HUDless additions. Come on. Oh, how was that a miss? How was that a miss? All right, you know what? This is too hard. I'm turning it back on.
Not HUDless editions proceeds to miss every edition.
It's not a good Drew stream unless I eat my words. Anyone who's been around a couple years knows the infamous using Rose to attack Lloyd on his supposedly last hit points. Dodge this, he dodges, and then insta-kills one of my party members because I forgot that even when you get Lloyd to 0 HP, he has a scripted finisher move, and then after he does it, then any attack kills him. And I forgot, because I was in the moment. I could have been a lot better at math. I don't know if my brain would have been geared for it, but I mean, my trajectory sucked. I believe in a good, robust public school system, and I learned way too late that they often suck in some level. Often under budget, so they can't provide all the education or stuff we need. And also just administration seems to be lacking. So what happened in my case, when I was in junior high, so it was a school that did 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, I guess. And I was in 7th grade. In 7th grade, I was given Algebra 1. This is a Chicago suburb. And I did fine. I recited over 100 digits of pi. You know, whatever. And so I did Algebra 1 in 7th grade. And then I got moved to California from the Chicago area because family stuff. And I started 8th grade in California. And that school, I think, only had 7th and 8th grade, not 6th. I don't know how they split it there. But instead of, you know, the school transferring my records, here's Drew's last completed classes. This is his benchmarks. You know, you might want to put him in about this area, some kind of basic framework. Instead of saying, oh, Drew's already done Algebra 1, they said, oh, we'll put Drew in pre-algebra. So I went from Algebra 1 in 7th grade to pre-algebra in 8th grade. It was the easiest class I'd ever taken. It was a waste to put me in there completely. You know, it was pretty bad. And then, in high school, freshman year, where did they put me? Algebra 1. Algebra 1, pre-algebra, Algebra 1. And, you know, to be fair, I wasn't looking to do math anyway. In that high school, I was only required to do 2 years of math, and so I only did the 2 years.
You were only required to do 2 years of math, so you did 3.
So I had to repeat Algebra 1, that was required, and then after that, I basically had to do geometry. And again, in fairness, things like pre-cal and trig did not look fun. So I'm sort of in a way glad, but also as a person who likes doing administrative stuff, I like it done well. I don't like it being crappy, you know, whether it's servicing the LoD fandom or professional business or whatever it's going to be. Do it well, and the schools did not do it well.
I mean, trig's pretty fun. 3D programming is basically just trigonometry in a trench coat.
Okay. Ninth grade geometry. That's a hell of a trajectory. You could probably do all the advanced stuff by the time you graduated if you really wanted to. But it sounds like you were not happy with having geometry in 9th grade. That also, not everyone needs exactly the same education, obviously, but it shows how wide the gap can be in knowledge or topics between any two students.
Yeah, I don't know. I did terrible in high school.
All right. You want to close that poll, Corey?
I guess.
It's been running for a while.
I mean, it's looking pretty good. We've got almost 2/3 of the people who have passed through chat and voted are planning on joining the testing.
Very cool.
We might as well leave it open until the end of the stream.
You know,
That way, anyone who pops in will see it.
back in the day, you used to talk to me about having like 2 or 3 polls per stream, so just saying.
Well, do you have an idea for another poll, Drew?
That's not the point.
I mean, on my Wednesday stream, we left the "Are you Canadian" poll open for the entire stream.
Yeah, that's fair. It doesn't have to be multiple. I like what Lazarus said. Thought they were good at math until calculus, then it became a crime scene. Ouch, Jack. Trial by fire, huh? Oh, this Helena Warden gonna be a snack for Giango. Probably, anyway. Speaking of snack, we haven't had dinner yet here. I have no idea what we're gonna have. But for everybody else, and Monoxide, what are you having or did you already eat for dinner tonight?
Well, it's 20 to 10, so I already ate. I had pizza pops because I'm an adult.
I got a new donation from somebody.
Nice.
I don't know who it is. I don't know how much it is because the overlay doesn't tell me. That's a little rude of the overlay, but I'm gonna log in on mobile and see what that is. I gotta see if there's a way to have it show me like who, unless it was a anonymous donation, and how much. But thank you so much, whoever that was. That's very kind. As I endeavor to learn more on mobile here. I need to keep the phone away from the mic. Now I'm having anxiety about the phone and the mic distance.
It does say the name, but the person put their name as someone.
So someone is literally someone. That's cryptic.
I'm pretty sure I know who it is.
Maybe it's like Chronix, or was it you? If you know who it is, it must be you.
Sure, I'll take credit for it. You're welcome.
Okay. Dart just waiting around like, excuse me, did you forget about me? Did we already get... Oh, Shauna's already in the party. Oh, whoopsie. Time continuity is a thing.
Rescue Shauna and then just stand around in Helena.
Yeah, we don't have a rush. That's actually, it would be hard, but I think that'd be a great mod idea, is like a is a time sensitivity mod where the time passed actually matters. So like the longer you're in the prison cells, the more frequently the guards come up or something. So you're incentivized to get through as quickly as possible, and you can actually like fail if you wait too long. So Ziegboo is going after the signet spheres, and technically, even though you show up on time, it's the same outcome. He destroys it anyway. But just for the sake of realism, feel like if you go fight the 4 Dragoons, you automatically lose the game because hello, end of the world. It doesn't. Giving peace to the 4 Dragoons won't have any meaning if you can't save the world. There's a process here.
Here's a mod idea. As you're playing, you constantly bleed XP.
I love that. You know why?
So the longer you take, the more XP you lose.
And the longer you go without using an addition, it loses completion counts. So like, let's say you had 40 completions of, oh, I'm sandwiched. That's very rare to get sandwiched. Anyway, so let's say you get 40 completions of Burning Rush and you haven't used it in like a disc, a whole chapter, and then it starts going -1, -1, -1. Oh, the reason I like it is because, I mean, part of the reason we don't have that in a lot of games is because it'd be really annoying, so it's fine. Just assume general growth as you get through the game, right? That's fine. But one thing I really appreciated about a game called Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, it's a zombie survival game, kind of like Dwarf Fortress, except you're like moving around the whole map, not just staying in one spot, unless you want to stay in one spot. But the point is, they have skill rust. I don't know if you can disable it, but skill rust is a thing where if you don't use certain skills, they get worse over time to a certain degree, and I always liked that, so it's one of the reasons I played Cataclysm for so long.
There we go. We made the classic mistake of giving Zychronics ideas.
You fool! You fell for one of the classic blunders! I haven't even reacted to any of the food messages, though. I really wanted to read. I have Majora's Mask on the mind. I haven't even played Majora's Mask, so that's some peak skill.
Wow.
I didn't even know. I was very prophetic of me. But I'm gonna catch up on the food stuff. 5-piece tender.
I'm currently playing a OOT/Majora's Mask combo randomizer with my brother.
Nice. Roast beef and Gouda sandwich. Oh, wow. I'm not a big fan of Gouda cheese, but I do think it is quite awesome as a taste. But roast beef sandwiches are like one of my favorite foods in the whole world. I used to go to Portillo's like all the time. And there's another place whose beef sandwich I really liked. It was called Raleigh's or Rally's, not R-A-L-L-Y, but like R-A-L-E-I-G-H-S, something like that. Rally's had the best beef sandwiches in the universe when I was a kid, in my opinion. But such is the way of things that they closed a long-ass time ago, and I didn't become an archivist until 4 or 5 years ago. So I've had the biggest difficulty trying to figure out what happened to them, if they ever opened another store, if it was a chain or not. I may never get to taste that beef sandwich again, and it freaking sucks.
I was only half paying attention there. Are you trying to archive sandwiches?
Yes.
Okay, carry on.
I'm just not even caring to heal Tart much. Another example is these cookies that I really liked as a kid. I called them pinwheel cookies. They were made by a company called Maurice Linnell, based out of the Chicago area. And it looked like kind of like a yin-yang symbol, like a light brown and then a dark brown without the little dots. And then on the rim, the ring area, it was like a dark pink and glittery. There's some kind of, I guess it was like a sugar coating or something. Best cookie I had had all my childhood, and they also are closed. They make other products still, but those cookies are gone. They don't make them anymore. They even have an old ass like retro looking website, and they still are paying for the domain because that's how I'm able to know this. I went to the website, and they even share the story of what happened. Apparently their machines are like stuck in some warehouse somewhere, and they can't do anything about it because some random corporate BS, I don't know. So for needless reasons, essentially, the world can no longer have these delicious Maurice Linnell pinwheel cookies, and it pisses me off so much. They need special machines to make the cookie, apparently, so... what I wouldn't give to bring those back. I am very passionate about lost food. Things, you know, aren't supposed to be immortal forever. The passage of time gives meaning to life and all that, but it feels like things are gone too soon in a lot of cases. That might have been an example of the arrow wasn't aiming the right direction. I'm not sure. It was hard to see. Anyway, I really like beef sandwiches. And a good beef sandwich can be hard for me to come by. Portillo's is currently the best one that I've tasted that is still available. It's pretty damn awesome.
You take beef sandwiches very seriously.
I really like a good beef sandwich. It's all thanks to Rally's originally, and then Portillo's made it a mainstay for me.
We will be increasing the level cap for mods. We've already increased the damage cap to 999,999,999.
What else was there? Pizza and hot dogs. Pizza and hot dogs is that sounds loaded to me. I like hot dogs, but I like pizza so much I wouldn't want to eat anything else. So I have the most pizza.
I had pizza for lunch.
Oh, I'm feeling it through Dart right there. Alright, trying to keep up with chat. How do you know if you're over leveled for a place? You one-shot the main boss of the area? Yeah, I used to... Oh, ouch. That changed quickly. Alright, Shauna solo run. Here we go. Burnout. Try harding. Almost stage 4. 20 damage, just like against the merchant. Gonna heal up just in
Yeah,
case.
most likely the way that we'll implement it is that mods will be able to request a certain maximum level cap, and then we will just take the highest of what the mods request. So realistically, a mod could increase the level cap to, you know, anything.
I also want a mod that prevents over-leveling. So, like, you can't, at a given plot flag, for example, you can't take an addition past a certain completion count, you can't have a character level over a certain number, and that way it's all about your gear choice. Why am I doing the arrow attack? This is stupid. Do I even have an angel's...
That's pretty easy by just removing experience from minor mobs.
I have no angel's prayers. I did not buy the items I should have bought. Apparently it's a hard battle. I'm good at this game.
I think I wrecked Drew.
A little bit. Just kill him 20 damage at a time. That's all I can do. And to be fair, 20 damage is more than Dart and Lavitz were doing, but still. Ouch. Ouch. I was doing so well against the... I just needed to guard when the gushing magma hit me. I wanted to be done sooner than this. But we're already hitting the 2-hour mark, but I'll still take a few minutes to talk about other projects and recap the testing and stuff.
I don't even have health bars turned on.
It was, yeah, how am I supposed to know how much HP I have left, right? You know, Jack, you say that, but you're being a little unfair almost, just like Monoxide was originally. Because I said it like the word push. But the very first time I did it, and Monoxide noticed, he was like, gooshing? And I never said gooshing, I said gushing, like gushing. Gushing is what I mean, like push. It's hard to even pick the right pronunciation on purpose now, because it's all fucked up in my head. Anyway.
Just pick a random one.
Pick a random
It's
pronunciation.
fine.
Pronunciation randomizer for Legend of Dragoon. That gives me stage 4. He's dead.
Well, Shauna's gonna level up.
That was the funniest ending ever.
Double level.
Pronunciation randomizer. The only time I get stage 4 in the item magic. Kill the boss. Shauna gets all the XP. And that's the end of my scheduled live streaming. Oh god, that was a lot of things all coalescing together there. I'm crying now, actually. The tissues are behind the green screen, so I'm gonna use a paper towel to dab my eyes. Oh my god, that was so funny. Oh, now I got something in my eye. Ugh. Well, that escalated quickly. I'm sorry if my laugh is annoying. It's my natural laugh.
You have an unnatural laugh.
Yes, I do. Alright, so the stream will be ending in about 5 or 10 minutes, but I wanted to recap the testing thing and then talk about some other projects really quick and kind of reflect on how far we've come as a fandom in general. I don't know what you're talking about, Matt. Shauna and Miranda is the fastest speedrun route for the last couple of years, so it's the best speedrun idea, not the worst.
I mean, Shauna and what's her name are the strongest characters in the game, so. Okay, no magic items, Shauna and what's her name. There's a challenge run.
We might be getting pizza from Domino's, as far as our dinner plans go.
Nice.
Who is Miranda? Thanks, Psychronix.
Alright, everybody in the chat, who's Miranda?
Does anybody know?
Explain.
Explain this to me.
Somebody explain, please. Who's Miranda?
I need to make a new meme. I don't usually make memes. Y'all probably know this about me, but I can enjoy a nice quality meme once in a while. And I was reminded of this because, you know, my heritage is German and Sicilian. Sicilian is basically Italian, and I had forgotten for several years. It seems like one of the things Italians would say, "Forget about it," with that really weird spelling, which is just "forget about it," but spelled in a weird way and with the Italian accent and all that. I was reminded of it through watching Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, one of the most recent episodes. And now I want to make a meme that just shows some random Italian saying, "Miranda, forget about it." I don't know if that'd be a hit, but hey, you know, it's something I know. So anyway,
Oh, Walmart, Shauna.
no. Oh god.
Oh, Dubbo gets it. Miranda is somebody who she also, and yeah, that's it.
All right, I double dog dare you to do that. Co-opted your name there. Hopefully that's okay. Don't forget the hand motions. Yeah, I know. Got the Sicilian hand motions going on. All right, so done with playthrough stuff. We'll go to the Big Ugly Drew cam here for a few minutes. So for those who weren't here at the beginning of the stream and somehow missed our announcement on Discord, we'll do a bigger announcement tomorrow with more details. We're doing a big concerted efforts, working together, coordinated testing session in 1 week on Friday, May 24th, throughout the whole weekend, and we'll probably even extend it. We'll see how much extra testing we need. The idea is to open my web browser, and I guess I'll go back to another scene and show you. We have a big old spreadsheet with a bunch of sheet tabs for all of the minor enemies and bosses, all of their attacks, their models, their idle animations, player abilities, doing all the Dragoon magic, D attacks, regular additions, testing all the consumable items, making sure that everything works and looks retail accurate. It should be indistinguishable from retail, in other words, and that way we can ensure that the quality of Rec Build 3 is very high. We want to avoid things like day one patches. We want to be on a good trajectory. So we've already got a lot of people who have stepped up to pledge their intent to help us test next week. That's super
Unlike
awesome.
AAA studios, we actually have quality control.
It happens sometimes, right? If I ever get my indie studio off the ground, QC will be at the forefront. I can't imagine not having that. It just boggles my mind. But anyway, we're going to have it for this 25-year-old game that we don't work for, mostly. And because y'all deserve fun shit, and things should work. And, you know, that's just how the world should be. So we'll do all this coordinated testing next weekend. More details will be coming out in an announcement through our newsfeed on legendofdragoon.org. I'm going to get back into making more news posts like I used to. I've just been really busy with all the... I've had to pivot to video production and all this other stuff, so hopefully get back to more news posts. But yeah, that announcement will be out tomorrow with more information. We'll have a whole guide on how to participate in the testing. We'll make it as easy as possible. We'll provide links to download DuckStation so you can compare it to retail and all this stuff. It's going to be great. And the reason for announcing this tomorrow is so that in case we miss anything in the guide or whatever, we have a whole week to tune it up perfectly. So that's the idea there. If y'all have any questions about the testing or anything else, go ahead and drop it in the chat. I can catch up with the chat now. So at this point, I would mostly just like to reflect. I'll go back to the thing. Reflect on kind of how far we've gotten as a fandom in general, which obviously includes Severed Chains, and then talk about a few projects that I think we could put a few volunteers on if we could just get the help. So, Monoxide, Corey, we've come a really long way as a fandom, don't you think?
Isn't that?
We've, you know, like a lot of fandoms, we would have the general posts online. As Reddit and Twitter became things, we would post about it there, talking about random stuff, remembering story pieces, asking about lore, sharing random screenshots, like flame shots, and that's all it takes to get a bunch of upvotes. It's really awesome to see all the time, you know? And that's all well and good, but I think what I didn't really realize at the time in my initial campaigning for an LoD fandom come together thing when I did my YouTube run in 2007 was that I wanted us to be like a modern day present community, doing more than just talking about the game itself and kind of remembering it as it was, and there's never anything more than that, you know. And it's natural because we didn't get any new stuff officially, so it makes sense. But I felt like we could do more. And then 7 or so years later, 8 years later, I realized, oh, I want to fix up the subreddit. I applied to be a moderator so I can improve the subreddit with post flare and all this stuff, the new banner image that one of the community members made. It was super cool. And then making the Discord server, and then getting us together in general for the petition, and then doing all of the archiving and preservation stuff, and encouraging others to help with all of that. And we've really grown. Psychonics made hard mode into Dragoon modifier and made that open source so others could help work on it. Then you came into the picture, Corey, and announced, hey, I'm going to reverse engineer the whole friggin' game.
Surprise!
And we're like, LOL, haha, yeah, right. And you came back, and it was there in less than 2 years. It was suddenly beginning to be playable. The power of community is quite real. And we are privileged in the way that our fandom is one of the largest small fandoms, if that makes sense. Like, we're not a mainstream following like Pokemon or Harry Potter, but we're one of the biggest small ones, is how I like to characterize it. So we're really lucky to have enough people to make all these different things. So it's not always going to be possible to do this for other games that we may like. For example, I love Advent Rising. There's almost nobody left in that fandom. I'm probably never going to get it reverse engineered. Same goes for Nexus to Jupiter Incident. But where possible, if there's enough of fans remaining and some of them can do some code stuff, encourage that fandom to unify, reverse engineer the game so it runs better stock, and that it also can support more mods, give it some accessibility or quality of life things. I still believe that reverse engineering is the future of retro gaming in that way. So if y'all have other games you would love to see this kind of thing happen to, even on a much smaller scale, like Severed Chains is going to be very ambitious. Let's not forget, it is very ambitious. But even just getting a slice of SC style stuff into other games would be fantabulous, in my opinion. You know?
SC kind of goes a little bit above and beyond just the like reverse engineering and porting, since we're rewriting large amounts of code to make everything look better and play better, and the modding API and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But a much smaller scale project is certainly possible for some games.
Mm-hmm. For example, Hydro Thunder. Some games happen to just be much simpler. Hydro Thunder is a boat racing game. It was big in the arcades alongside San Francisco Rush and Tekken at the time. I would say even almost dominating arcades. It was always busy at the Hydro Thunder cabinet, and I was lucky to get a seat once in a while as a little kid. And so all Hydro Thunder is boats and tracks. You pick a boat, you pick a track, you race your boat on the track. There's literally nothing else. You race on the tracks. There's no campaign. There's local networked multiplayer if they have like 2 or 4 cabinets together, but like that is all. It is a very bare bones game, so much to that I hope it means it'll be easier to reverse engineer than LoD. I assume it will be. There's so much less to it. There's not a shit ton of story flags and duplicated files. It's probably going to be a lot easier, I would imagine. So, anyway, point being, legacy fandoms matter. If you got the capability to help the fandom of one of your favorite games, do so, even if it's just putting all of the concept art in one location online somewhere. Every little bit helps. So we've come a hell of a long way. In terms of project stuff, obviously Severed Chains can always use the help with the testers and things. We're going to do the coordinated effort this next coming weekend. We'll still want general testing throughout SC's life cycle as well. I say life cycle, but it feels like it's just going to be a thing forever now. You know what I mean, Corey?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. Probably the same for Open Goal with Jack and Daxter as well. That's a pretty awesome one that's reverse engineered. Where was I going with this? Yeah, so severed chains could always use help. If we get extra, not just testers, but maybe coders who have the skill necessary, it could help speed up development to help Monoxide work on these various features. And we've got other projects as well. Of course, SC is the hottest one for a reason, but there are other projects that we've had since before Severed Chains. The wiki, the website, the resource archive, and all these other things, translation projects. I've recently gotten a few extra helpers with the wiki, but I'm looking for more. Having more volunteers all around would be great to help cover these projects, because I personally don't have the time to project lead all of them or contribute work to all of them. It's got to be a community effort to some degree. So for those of you who have got time to kill, and even if you have no skills, that is still going to be useful to us. Sometimes we just need data fill. It does not require any advanced skills whatsoever. It would be great to have extra help with those projects when possible. And that's pretty much all I've got to say about that for now. I'll be doing we got the testing coming up, but after the testing period is over, I'll post more info about the other projects that could use a hand. Monoxide, anything else you would like to add?
If you like what we're doing here, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. I do a dev stream every Wednesday where I will kind of showcase working on Severed Chains. I usually have some of the other devs on with me. We just kind of work on fun things. Some of the dev stream projects we've done have been like, fighting like 40 enemies at once. We fought all of the original Dragoons in one fight. We added the health bars and addition swap in another dev stream. We've experimented with co-op gameplay, etc., etc. Once in a while, I just kind of kick back and play the game. Drew also does a stream most Fridays. Right now you're doing the Road to RB3, which is a gameplay stream, I believe.
Yep, just testing the latest bleeding edge code and going through.
Yeah, kind of like this, but more gameplay heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave us a comment once the video's done if you wouldn't mind, because it really helps us out with Daddy YouTube.
The algorithm.
And if you really like what we're doing, Drew and I both accept donations via Ko-fi, either one-off donations or monthly subscriptions for various perks.
Indeed.
That's it for me.
You stole a little bit of what I was going to say, but I am totally okay with it. Thank you so much to all of our Ko-fi supporters. It helps us justify spending more time on the fandom services in general, Severed Chains. I've got links for both of them, should be coming up in the chat. Maybe Nightbot is taking... Oh, there it goes. There
Takes
it goes.
a little while sometimes.
There it goes. It was like, I'm eating food. Let me finish chewing. Nightbot's got to eat too, Can't believe I excluded Nightbot from the dinner conversation. That was really cruel of me.
Monster.
Justice for robots, yo. Anyway, thank you all so much. We'll be doing multiple streams next week. More details in the announcement tomorrow around midday. That'll coincide with the battery of tests we're going to be doing as a group together, as a community. So stay tuned for that tomorrow, and we'll have all the extra details posted for you. Good night, take care, sweet dreams, and see you next time.
Bye, everyone.